What's going on, guys, and welcome back to xTechGaming Road to the Stanley Cup. We are fresh off of our second Stanley Cup championship. We won that with the Muffin Men last time, the Moscow Muffin Men. What a name. I said we're going to open up 10 packs in the last episode, but I got 6, and these ones are big packs. That's why I'm only going to open 5 of these special packs, and they are rare mega packs. 36 items, 36 rare. So if you missed the last episode, also we got this one small 8750, but if you missed the last episode, I wiped all of the MVPs clean. People can now come back as an MVP. So if we pull Eric Stahl, he's gonna stay at his MVP rating, which is 90, but he is gonna be allowed to be an MVP, but he's gonna be allowed to be an MVP for one more time. Just like, it's pretty much like we're just starting over, but the overalls of the MVP stay the same. I feel like I'm just explaining this completely wrong, but I hope you understand what I'm saying, or what I'm trying to say. We have no MVPs going into it right now. We have a fresh start, so hopefully we can get some pretty good players. This one, these packs are huge, so we should grasp a pretty good team. We're gonna start it off slow though with this small little pack, and that's a good starting pack. Brandon Dubinsky, he is like 87 in GM mode, so that's fantastic. Hensick and Gwyn might not make it, either will Drwisky, but Dubinsky, that's a great start. Now we get into the big guns. Rare mega pack, 36 items, 36 rare. If we cannot pull together a really good team from these packs, I'm doomed otherwise. These packs are huge, and there's a lot of players, and right away I see an ex-MVP in Jake Gardner. There he is. So, first things first, this guy's probably not going to make it. A couple of consumables. Steve Bernier's not bad. Gardner's pretty good as well. Okay, so we're definitely going to take Jake Gardner from this pack. He's a shoo-in. Tyler Toffoli, Darren Helm, Galchenyuk. That's what I'm talking about. These packs are huge. Matt Bolesky. I saw Chris Kunitz back there. Steve Mason, our starting goalie. Oh man, what a pack. Okay, so I'm gonna get rid of everything that we're not gonna use, and I'll show you guys what we are gonna use. Alright, so that's a pretty decent pack. We're gonna get to Foley, Gardner, Helm, Galchenyuk, Prout, Kunitz, Bolesky, and Mason. If we pull better players to put in their spot, obviously they will be bumped, but this is looking pretty good. Okay, so just opening up one of those packs, we have not really a complete team, but I mean, our first line right now is looking like Dubinsky and Toffoli. Our second line's looking like Alex Galchenyuk. Our third line's pretty much set with Bolesky, Helm, and Kunitz. And then we got our 2 defensemen so far in Jake Gardner and Dalton Pro. Let's go ahead and skip the animation, hope for a special card or an ex-MVP, and right away I see a Darnell Nurse. Alright, we'll start from the back this time. Steve Bernier, Reed Boucher, not going to make the team. Roberto Luongo, there's our starting goalie. We had him in our Stanley Cup winning team with the Muffin Men. He's coming back at an MVP rating. I believe he's 89 overall. What a beast. Robin Lehner, another really good goalie. Mike Fisher, Patrick Hornquist. Oh my god, that is an ex-MVP. He's 93 overall. Holy crap. Okay. Joel Armia, no. Hemsky might make it. Luke Shen might make it. Okay. That was pretty good, actually. It didn't look that great because there wasn't that much high overall players, but we get a couple of ex-MVPs. That's really nice. So those are the players we're going to take from that pack. That was a great pack. 3 more of these bad boys left. I mean, going at this pace, we're gonna have a ridiculous team. Maybe even another Stanley Cup winning team. Matt Dumba. Okay, I thought I saw an 87 up there, I think. Oh, I see a team of the week. I definitely see a team of the week. Yeah, there's definitely a team of the week in there. Who is it, though? Who is it? I can't see. I can see the black. Okay, so we're not gonna take Kopp. We may take Brandon Sutter. That probably blocks out Mike Fisher. Who's the team of the week? That's what I want to see. Mason, Raymond, Green. Is there not? Oh, there it is. James Reimer. Okay, so goodbye, Steve Mason. Insert James Reimer. That's a pretty nice card. Okay, so let's just go ahead and see the rest here. James Reimer, not that bad. Tanev we'll take. Tatar. Hoffman we're going to take. Oh my god, this is too many packs. But I'm going to go with it here. Very, very nice pack. Let's see what we're going to take. Alright, our team is pretty much set. Now these 2 packs are just gravy, and hopefully we can improve the team. I'd like to get a better 4th line. As of right now, we have Brandon Sutter and Alex Hemsky. I mean, it's not bad, but I'd like to get some players who are more suited for that 4th line role. So right away, I see a Brock Nelson. Okay, he probably bumps out Darren Helm. What else we got here? What else we got? These packs are huge. Another Mike Fisher, not going to use him. Not going to use McCabe. Filppula, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, Mark Scheifele. Shifley, oh my god, Bernier, Mata. Okay, so I gotta pick and see what we're gonna use here. So I think we're gonna take 2 players from this pack. Although I want to take Oli Mata, I may scratch him out for Andre Sekera. I am gonna put Brock Nelson on the team as well. So it's gonna be Brock Nelson and Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Nuge is a former MVP. He's gonna get the higher overall. This is gonna be a sick team. Okay, the last final pack, rare mega pack. If I want anything, it's gonna be a special card or a really high overall card. So first things first, we're not gonna get a special card, but we can hope for the high overalls. So I don't think I'm gonna take any of these guys. I may replace Chris Kunitz on my third line. That's kind of the only thing I'm looking at. Could make our defense a bit stronger, but it's not looking like anything here. MacArthur might bump out Chris Kunitz. Nothing going on. Here's a really bad pack. Jared McCann, RIP. What else we got here? Henrique, he's a former MVP. Chris Russell will probably make the team. Russell and Henrique, those two will probably make the squad. Let's see what this team looks like in GM mode. Let's try to win another Stanley Cup. Alright, here we are. We are the Paris Police. This is going to be a fun team. I haven't looked at what the roster looks like yet, but I feel like we're pretty well balanced. The Paris Police, baby. Don't try to run. We'll get you. We'll get you. So let's have a look here at just the best lines. So it's going to be Tatar, Nugent-Hopkins, and Patrick Hornquist. I like that line. Toffoli, Galchenyuk, Hoffman. I like that line a lot. MacArthur, Dubinsky, Frolik. I like that a lot. And Bolesky, Brandon Sutter, Brock Nelson. I think this is a great team. We have a good mix of snipers, power forwards, playmakers, two-way forwards. I actually really like this team. This is a very well-balanced squad. Very well-balanced. Defense isn't looking that bad either. 86, 85, 85, 85, 84, 84. I really like this team. Wow. And Roberto Luongo and James Reimer. So what I've noticed is that this is going to be the upcoming tandem for the Florida Panthers in the next coming year. Because obviously they acquired James Reimer via free agency. So that's pretty cool. It's pretty cool to see how they're going to mesh. But one concern, I may do this. Maybe put Hoffman on the first line. Tatar on the second. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. But aside from this, the Paris Police, I'm pretty impressed. Okay, we got a home and home here against the Chicago Blackhawks to start it off, putting us right to the test early against Patty Kane, Jonathan Toews. Let's go. First period, 3-2, 5 goals in the first period. Tatar, Hoffman, and Galchenyuk. Toews and Marian Hossa gets a short-handed one. Roberto Luongo knows all about playing the Chicago Blackhawks. Let's go here. Second period, 3-3. Richard Panik ties it up. Okay, they're out shooting us like crazy, but Luongo's holding it down. And as I say that, Marian Hossa scores, then Panarin scores, and just like we usually do, we lose our first game. Tatar made it interesting, but it was too little too late. I'll see you guys in 25 games. Alright, so 25 games in, we're 13, 10, and 2. We went on a little bit of a winning streak there. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we lost 3 of our last 4 games there. But we're not doing terrible. I mean, we're kind of a streaky team, so that's, I think, is why we have the record that we do, but we are currently 4th in the Metro, 28 points. Actually, we're tied for 2nd, so it's not that bad. I actually forgot to turn injuries off, which is something I usually do right away, so we actually lost Michael Frolik for like 3 weeks. You can see there he's only played 11 games, so that was my bad, but Ryan Nugent-Hopkins leading the way with 29 points in 25 games. Thomas Tatar right behind him. I actually have that guy on the second line, so that's pretty impressive. May have to bring him up to the first if he's playing like that. And then Patrick Hornquist. So, I mean, those 3 guys are leading in the point department, all over a point per game. I feel like they should be on the same line together, so I'm going to go ahead and make that happen. Jake Gardner doing great, 21 points in 25 games. Toffoli, Hoffman, and Galchenyuk, all of them are doing good. Chucky's doing nice there. Russell, everyone seems to be playing pretty good. Andre Sekera, not so bad. I'd like Dubinsky to be producing a little bit more, 87 overall on the third line. He's only got, Brendan Sutter's only got a few more points, and he's playing on the 4th line. So, not going to make any drastic changes as of yet. But as for goaltenders, James Reimer's not looking too good. 2 and 4 with a 3.43 goals against average. Louis could probably hold it down a little bit more. Let's see what 25 more games can bring us. All right, so we're at the 50 game mark here, just past the NHL All-Star game, and we were doing really, really good. Then we hit kind of a brutal losing streak, but we were kicking ass, like 8-0. We were just destroying teams. I think since moving Thomas Tatar up to the first line, that definitely helped out. He's just, I don't know what it is, it's just that whole line seems to be meshing really, really well, and we are currently number 2 in the Metro, so we are going to be a playoff team. I mean, barring some crazy collapse. Goals, we're in the top 10, which is kind of cool. Assists, we are obviously pretty close there in the top 10 as well with Jake Gardner. That's always nice. We're not up there in points. We are up there in wins, which is pretty cool. We're 3rd with 22. Save percentage, we are not up there. Goals against, we are not up there. So 28, 17, and 5. We're doing pretty good. We are, where are we? Top 10 in the league? Yeah, so we're just in the top 10 mark, 61 points, tied there with the New York Rangers. So I'm feeling pretty confident. We just got to continue what we're doing here. Frolik has been tearing it up. He's got to be at a point per game. Yeah, look at him, 49 points in 50 games. But look at Nuge, 54 points in 50 games. What a beast. That whole line is doing fantastic, and Jake Gardner still producing points. That's excellent. Second line's doing pretty good, and everyone else seems to be producing. So I'm not going to complain. We're just going to keep on simulating games all the way to the postseason. All right, so we got 5 games left in the regular season. I can see Thomas Tatar kind of slowed down there, didn't have that many points. We're actually in 4th, so we are in somewhat of a danger here. I kind of want to win as many games as possible just to get past Washington there and really solidify ourselves and get into the playoffs. And we're losing games. We're losing games. Okay, we got a victory there, 5-4. Let's actually have a look here and see if we've clinched a playoff spot. Where are we? We have clinched. Oh no, sorry, that's Calgary Flames. Like, wait a minute. Where are they? We have the same logo. So we have actually clinched. That's cool. We just clinched a playoff spot, obviously, from that win. So we got 2 games left. Let's go ahead and get it over with and head into the postseason, hopefully on a winning note up against the Buffalo Sabres, who have almost 50 losses. Let's give them their 50th loss of the year. Hornquist, Russell, and Hornquist again. There you go. Period number 2. Jack Eichel gets it between 1, and we come through with a victory. 3 goals in the 3rd period, and it was too much for Buffalo, and that is 50 losses on the year for Buffalo. It's another lottery pick for Buffalo. Jack Eichel and potentially Austin Matthews in this upcoming draft. Let's go ahead and see. Okay, we got Pittsburgh in the 1st round. All right, we got Crosby, we got Gino, we got Chris Letang. Let's go ahead and check out how we did over the course of the regular season. I don't think anyone's going to beat the 98 points that Thomas Vanek put up, but no, not even close. Nuge had 80, which is pretty impressive on its own right. Yeah, Tatar really slowed down. He was at a point per game at about 50 games, so he kind of slowed down a little bit, getting 16 points in his last 25 or 30 games. It's not that bad. Slowed down a little bit though. Same with Patrick Hornquist, but RNH kind of stayed on the same pace throughout the entire year. I can pretty much guarantee you he is going to be an MVP for this episode. You could put the argument in for Jake Gardner as well. 56 points. That's awesome. Galchenyuk 52 to Foley. I mean, if your second line gets you 50 or more points, I'm happy with that. And my first line got me over 65. So very, very nice top 6 we have here in Paris. We got Sekera with 36 points. Olimata, Chris Russell. Not looking too bad at all. Bolesky didn't like to pass the puck very much. Only had 4 helpers and 10 goals. And as for goaltenders, James Reimer kind of got on his feet a little bit, 8 and 7. Louis went 33 and 20 with 2 shutouts. We got Pittsburgh in the 1st round, baby. Let's go. So I'm gonna go ahead and start simulating the games. If we're down by 2, I'll simulate the rest. And we are down by 1. I don't know if that was an OT or not, but we lost 5-4 and we lose 4-1. So we're up against a powerhouse here in Pittsburgh. We need to win this game at home here. Let's go. We're in front of our home fans in Paris, baby, and Gino says, I don't care where you are. He scores a goal in his first shot, and that's how the first period is going to end. 1-0. Period number 2, 1-0 again. Come on, boys. You can beat Marc-Andre Fleury, or is it? Oh, there you go. Shorthanded goal, Michael Frolik on Patrick Waugh. Okay, so it is Patrick Waugh in net. I want to talk about this. So there's comments saying, why is Patrick Waugh in there? What the hell? So if I was to take Patrick Waugh out of the game, I guess I could just go ahead and make him like 50 overall. But since he was an MVP, since we pulled him, I had to create him in the game. He was a special card, and That's why he's obviously in the game. If I was to wipe the rosters clean, and that would mean Patrick Roy would no longer be here, that would mean that all of the MVP overalls, whatever, there's like 40 MVPs, they would all be set back to their original overall, and I would have to go back and reset them all back to their MVP overall. So I don't want to do that. That's why Patrick Roy's in here, and he just allowed a shorthanded goal. Michael Frolik, third liner, baby. So that's kind of the story on Patrick Roy. I hope that clears it up. There's a lot of comments saying, why was he in there? And Justin Schultz, of all people, are you kidding me? Chris Letang, and we go down 3-0 as we lose 3-1. That is unfortunate. Okay, so we need a miracle right here. We scored 2 goals in our last 2 games. We put up a good number in our first game, 5-4, but come on, guys, let's go here. First period, 1-0. Mike Hoffman. Is it Matt or Mike Hoffman? I always say it different. It's Mike Hoffman. I always say Matt Hoffman for some reason. I get him confused with the BMXer's name is Matt Hoffman. It's Mike Hoffman. Sorry. Mike Hoffman makes it 1-0. Period number 2. 3-1. Oh, man. It looked good, but Hornquist, Kessel, and Hornquist. You got to remember that Hornquist is 93 overall. It's not like you're playing against the base 85 Hornquist. No, sir. We are playing up against a 93 Hornquist. Clark MacArthur gets 1, and Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. 1 minute after Clark MacArthur makes it a 1-goal game. Nuge ties it up. Oh my god. Power penalty kills on penalty kills. Who's taking penalties? Justin Schultz! Are you kidding me? The castaway from Edmonton. Is he going to get the series clinching goal? He is. They got Marty Havlat. Weird. Wow, we get swept by Pittsburgh in the first round. I was not expecting that. After having a pretty decent year, I mean, Pittsburgh, they just handed us. They destroyed us. All right, another failure after a Stanley Cup winning year. We have the Stanley Cup hangover, and we cannot do what we did last year. Unfortunately, that is a first-round playoff exit. So unfortunately, we fall in the first round to the mighty powerhouse Pittsburgh Penguins, and they arrested us. They arrested the police, and they went on, and I don't even know who won the cup. I didn't even see it. Who won the cup? Let's see here. Congratulations to, it doesn't say, so it was either the Capitals or the Wild. I don't know who won or not, but that's going to be it for this one. Let's go ahead and have a look at our all-time record. We are currently 823 victories. We break the 800 mark, but in doing so, we also break the 600 mark for losses. So we're 823, 615, and 256. Obviously, you can see there are 2 Stanley Cups in the bottom left, and the all-time point leader is still going to be Thomas Vanek. He's still the man, and I can't see anyone beating that anytime soon unless we get him all over again. 50 goals in 3 straight. Hut to GMs. Guy is a beast. But as for the MVPs, you can see it on the screen. No question, the first one has to be Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. 80 points this year, 32 goals. Having an 89 overall first-line center is going to be unreal for the next episode. And then the other MVP is going to be a defenseman, and it is going to be Jake Gardiner coming back for the second time as an MVP. Jake Gardiner, he had 56 points this year. He's going to be 88 overall coming into next time. So let me know, guys. And actually, I want you guys to pick the team name for next time. Go on GM mode and have a look at all of the available names. I want you guys to pick it because I'm kind of coming out of names. I don't want to redo names that we've already done, but I want you guys to come up with the next name, and I'll credit you with the name if I do pick it in the next video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Paris, you failed me.